Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Art and Design. My name is Thorgeir and welcome to the wonderful world of the Fractal brushes for Procreate. This is going to be an all-in-one tutorial about how to install the brushes, how to get the most out of them, and I'll also answer questions like what is the difference between the 8K and the HD version. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it and start by talking about how to download the brushes. However, if you've already downloaded the brushes, then you can check out this timestamp right over here and that'll take you right into how to use the brushes. Okay, so let's talk about how to download and install the brushes. First, we need to buy them. So I'm going to click on the 8K brush pack and tap on buy this. And then because I'm the owner of this product, I don't need to fill in the credit card information. So I'm just going to press pay. It should eventually bring us to this page right here. Okay, so our purchase has been successful. You see we bought the 8K Fractal brushes right here, and we have two options to choose from. We have the Discord channel or the view content. Now, if you want to talk to like-minded people about Procreate or the Fractal brushes or anything in between, then I would highly recommend checking out the Discord channel. I will definitely be lurking there and answering some questions. I might also do some live streams and stuff like that. We're going to tap on view content now, and this brings us to the download page. So as you can see, we have two options to choose from to download here. We have the 8K Fractal brushes and the HD Fractal brushes. The main difference between these two versions is, as you can see right here, one is 30 megabytes, while the other one is close to 300 megabytes. That is simply due to the fact that the 8K Fractal brushes have just so much more detail, thus they take up more space. So I'm going to download the 8K brushes right now. I'm going to tap on download, and I'm also going to download the HD ones. We're just going to see the difference it takes to download. And as you can see, the HD ones are done, while it's still downloading the 8K ones. Now the download speed is totally going to depend on your internet connection. So what I did there is I tapped on this icon right here, and I simply tapped on the file. It might prompt you, it might ask you which program you want to open this file in, and then you just choose Procreate. Alternatively, you can also just pick it up like so, then go to Procreate, and then you simply drop it. And I've imported the HD version of the Fractal brush pack. Alright, so now we have the Fractal brushes installed, and here's the first thing that you should do after installing the brushes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on it like so, and I'm going to do duplicate. And the reason why I did duplicate is simply so that I have a backup for the eventual situation where I tap on one of these brushes like so, tap on it again, and tap on done. You have to resist tapping on done, because if you tap on done, it's going to overwrite the thumbnail. This is simply because Procreate hasn't officially added support for these custom thumbnails, but I just had to include them in this brush pack. So definitely make a backup, because you're going to tap on this done button every once in a while. And in that circumstance, it's nice to have a backup. The simple solution to this is to train yourself to click on cancel instead, and you're not going to overwrite the thumbnail. But what if you overwrote the thumbnail and you don't have a backup? Well, in that case, I have this link right here available for you, gumroad.com/library. This is where you download your brushes. So if you just log into this page right here, you can type it into Safari or go into about this brush, and then just copy this. Just tap on it a couple of times, it selects it, and you do copy, then you can go into Safari and paste. And that's going to take you to the page where you can actually download the brushes. So now that we've downloaded and installed the brushes, and I've shown you how to take the backup, let's talk about now how to use the brushes and how to get the most out of them. So let's dive right into that. Starting with, I'm just going to hide the existing layer with this artwork, and I'm just going to create a new layer. Now, if I just start drawing on the canvas with, one of these selected, you're going to see it does something like this. Usually what I do is I go into the wrench icon right here, tap on canvas, do drawing guide to enable that, and then edit drawing guide. This is going to take us to the drawing guide menu, and here we can configure a whole host of things. What I'm most interested in is the symmetry function right here. So tapping on the symmetry, then going into options, what we're going to do is we're going to enable assisted drawing, and then quite simply we're going to tap on quadrant, and let's take it from there. So tap out of that, and we're going to press done. Now you see the lines right here. You can choose to have them enabled or not. They won't show up when you export the picture. You can also just hide them because we know this is going on. We know we have a symmetry going on, so we don't need to have that visible all the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a nice brush, something like magnetic, for example, and I'm going to start here and I'm going to end here. I'm just going to draw a simple arc from here to here. When I get to this point, I'm going to hold the pencil down until it enables the quick shape function. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to do this, hold it down, and then after it says triangle created, it might say line, it might say polyline or something like that. We can move the pencil, still holding it down firmly, and now we can start playing around with the fractal brushes. So there's a lot of stuff going on, obviously, on the screen. It might be a little bit jarring to look at, but I'll just stop right here and talk about one of the things that is interesting about these brushes. They are very random. Anytime you make a stroke, you essentially create a new artwork. So you might have to try a couple of times in order to get the kind of result that works for you. Sometimes you get something really, really interesting and then you try to do it again, but in all likelihood, you'll never get that exact result again. So they do require a bit of attention. So just keeping focused on your stroke, paying attention to how much you're moving your pencil around, and then stopping once you see something beautiful, and then just very slowly let go without changing it. So we got something going on right here. There's a little bit too much of a vibrancy here for my liking, but let's just go with it and let's try adding some more colors on top of it. Tapping on the color wheel, I'm just going to select the complementary color for this specific color that we have right here. So the way to do that is you have to be in the harmony section of the color wheel and then choose tetradic. So that gives you 4 points, which are 90-degree angled from each other, giving you a very easy accessibility to select complementary colors. The complementary colors are on the opposite sides, so these ones are complementary and these ones are complementary. But I find that they all work well together. So selecting purple, for example, and let's choose infinity. Infinity is really, really interesting because there's so much sort of spiky details. You can see like right here. Huge amount of detail. And this is where we see the main difference between the HD and the 8K. At this scale, when we zoom into it like this, you can see these lines here. They are a little bit poorly defined. And that is simply due to the resolution of the brushes. The HD versions do not have as much detail as the 8K ones. But looking at it maybe like so, pretty good. It's pretty good, like quite a bit of detail in the painting. So this totally works. Let me show you what happens when we choose another brush. Let's choose the same brush, Infinity, and let me draw it with 8K instead. Okay, so we got the 8K Infinity now. Maximum size, and let's see what happens. Something like this. Now you can see all of this detail. You see the lines are really, really sharp. See all of this tiny detail here, for example. All of these fractal shapes happening. Even in the darker areas, we still have very clear details. So that was some of the ways that you can use these brushes to create your art. And there's so much more to these brushes that I can't really fit into one video. So I'll probably do follow-up videos about the brushes and answer any of the questions that you might have. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below what you want to know. Also, if you do create something beautiful and you want to share it with the world, I would love to see it. So tag me on Instagram. I'll leave the thing right here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.